So it is Ghislaine. Is Jizzmlayne.
We've gotten a lot of feedback that people are
Freakback.
people are not happy with the way that you pronounce Ghislaine.
Sorry, what was that?
Ghislaine?
Ghislaine, what is that?
That's Ghislaine Maxwell's name. That's how you say it.
It's like an Australian kind of sound. Ghislaine. It's fucking stupid, Liz.
Look, I'm not...
Ghislaine Maxwell. How do you like that? Liz Lane. Not so funny now. Not so funny now when you're in the corner.
That's not me.
Well, I mean, yes, it is. You're the right-hand man of a
powerful
powerful
She and I definitely
Jew.
have a lot in common.
Yeah.
I mean, wait, no, we don't.
Yes,
No, we don't.
You do.
What?
You're the assistant, the sidekick to a powerful, oversexed Jew who has a lot of money.
I am not a bit part in this. Don't try to erase me.
You are the Robin to my Batman.
No, I don't like this.
No, you are the sun to my moon.
No, the yin to your yang.
Yang. This episode is sponsored by Andrew Yang for President 2020. The only person running who is a pedophile.
Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Come here. Jeffrey Epstein.
We got an email, actually, just full transparency, guys. This podcast is getting a lot of listens, which is very cool. We got an email saying, asking if we'd be interested in sponsorship.
So we have decided to go with Blue Chew. Blue Chew is a chewable tablet that has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. It works within minutes, sometimes actually even faster than the actual regular pill type thing. And we are giving it away for free.
Free.
Yes. It's funny. Liz actually had a whole duffel bag of them when I went over to her house.
And also stamps.com.
Yes. Unfortunately, it is only the now canceled Hitler stamp. So,
what?
Yes, I mean canceled in many different ways. Hitler, of course, has long been a victim of self-cancellation. Now the greater world is getting around to canceling him, and so has the postal department.
Oh, I suppose that Epstein also self-canceled.
So yes, it is time to welcome, first of all,
what a terrible cold open,
to TrueAnon, the sole living podcast dedicated to ripping off the mask, end of Scooby-Doo episode style, of the cabal. The by the way, I might add, the secular cabal. Hosted by me, and only me. Hosted by me, Dick Bracey, and my co-host
Liz. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I'm back. I'm back from LA.
She is back from LA. For some reason, she's been weeping this whole time and refusing to speak to me, and on the phone mumbling with somebody. Also has a bunch of money now. But welcome back. How was it?
It was great. I had a great time. Just love LA. Lovely.
I love LA.
Yeah, it was nice. I did stop off at my old stomping grounds, the Scientology Center.
Oh, I saw that. It's a nice blue building.
So that's the really garish official one, but the cool one is on Franklin, which is the Celebrity Center.
Okay,
and that
we're almost there.
I know that one's highly guarded, but I did hear.
Yeah.
I did hear when I was living there. I never did it, but apparently they have a world famous brunch that everyone says is really good if you're, if you like to partake in such activities. But if you go, you can apparently what you're supposed to do is you have to tell them a fake name, fake address, fake phone number. Because they make you sign all these things.
Do they call you to make sure it's your real phone number?
I don't know.
Here's a trick, guys. Do that with women. Just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. Trust.
No, but I'm back.
But
I feel clear-eyed. I've had a couple days to deal with Jeffrey's self-cancellation.
Yes.
Alleged. His alleged self-cancellation.
Alleged by the fascist American government, by the way.
Yeah, and the fake news media.
Oh my God, they're working in overdrive.
Overdrive. They got the blue checks out there,
Absolutely.
spinning in the spin room.
As I call them, the tertiary pedophiles.
Yeah, so it's been just a real whirlwind.
Yes. So let's back up. August 10th, 2019. What happens? If you
What?
don't want to talk about it, I understand.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. I don't know if I'm ready to get put back in that place.
Jeffrey hanged himself. And I want to be clear, we are not sad that Jeffrey Epstein, the pedophile, is dead. We are sad that Jeffrey Epstein, the accused, is dead. Possibly dead. Right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So, August 10th,
Yes.
he was found in his room, hanging from somewhere. We're still not really made aware of what exactly he was hanging from, especially because, as far as we can tell, he was in the SHU, the SHU, the Special Housing Unit, and they have figured out that people want to kill themselves in jail, and so they do not make it easy, right?
I mean, that's what they say. And I think there's just been story after story after story just in the past couple of days. We're going to try and kind of break down some of this. But the really crazy thing was it also came out that no one has died.
20 years was
20
the last time
years.
someone died.
So, wow, this is a Guinness Book of World Record holder, Mr. Jeffrey Epstein.
So it appears that one Nicholas Tartaglione, our hero and or villain, was moved from Jeffrey Epstein's room. Jeffrey Epstein, who allegedly tried to kill himself, although his lawyers are now saying that it in fact was Tartaglione a couple of weeks ago. He was moved to the rubber room. You know, the nutty hooskow, as I call it. And it was put on suicide watch until August 10th.
Right.
Or maybe August 9th in the late hours.
Yeah, so they're saying now that it was Tartaglione,
Allegedly Tartaglione.
allegedly, who attacked him.
I refuse to believe it, even though I myself reported
I know,
this
I
2
had
weeks
kind
ago.
of come around to Mr. Fettuccine.
Yes, I mean a gentle giant.
Yeah, he is a gentle giant.
Yes, he
but
got his
apparently
killing
he's
it.
not so gentle as we thought.
Well, he did kill 4 people, actually probably
Weren't
5.
they cops?
No, he was a cop.
Oh,
They
well.
were, by all reports, just innocent Mexicans that I believe he thought were in the
Stay with
cartels.
us on TrueAnon, where we definitely know all the facts.
Yes. Well, I'm a Tartaglione scholar.
But so it's been even crazier because all these conflicting reports keep coming out, and we're
Yes.
trying to keep up with it. But so yesterday, the New York Times published a story that said Jeffrey Epstein, 2 guards slept through checks and falsified records in order to save their butts.
So, the failing New York Times, the same people who told us there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq and encouraged an invasion of that country, are now telling us that it just so happens that 2 guards in the MCC were asleep. Somehow, apparently, Mr. Epstein, after he got back from the rubber room, after his roommate was moved out of his cell, he knew these guards were going to be asleep because there's 30-minute checks, and we thought there were cameras. There might not be cameras. It's pretty kind of unclear. Apparently, Mr. Epstein knew these guards were going to be asleep because he was able to assemble a noose out of... And I know what bed sheets they have in jail. I myself has wrapped my nude body in them. And I was talking about this with some friends the other day who spent time in the shoe, not in that shoe, but in different shoes. And they're like, those bed sheets are paper thin. Like, they know you want to kill yourself, and so they don't let you do it. And apparently, Mr. Epstein, in this interval while these guards were asleep, was able to construct a noose out of paper thin bed sheets and then hang himself from something, because the bed doesn't have bars. There's nothing hanging from the ceiling.
This is what they say. This is in the New York Times. He had apparently hanged himself with a bed sheet, likely fastening the sheet to a top bunk and pitching himself forward. So is he it's like a swan dive off of the top bunk?
This is actually kind of akin to the way that you masturbate while
No, please.
No, well, it is. I would be remiss if I did not report it. But yeah, so I am picturing. Did you think he jumped off the top bunk? No, that would have to be a long news.
pitching himself. So like he's
Pitching himself.
so just like angling off.
Yes.
That's not going to be enough like to yourself.
Yeah. Well, I am no actually I am kind of a suicide expert, but it seems possible to me, but improbable. Now I'm not saying it's impossible that Jeffrey Epstein died like this. I'm saying it's impossible that there is not something going on here that we are not hearing about, because this story is much too pat, especially when you think about the prison guards unions, which, as you may know, I'm very much pro-union, some of them. The prison guards unions are insanely powerful in many states, and to throw two of their members under the bus like this seems a little unlike them. And falsified records, too.
Yeah, it's all very clean.
Yes. And the fact that it's coming from the failing New York Times, too, also gives me pause for the reasons I said before, but also because they refused to publish my 10-page semi-manuscript about the life of Jeffrey Epstein.
I mean, it could be just these two guards, two weapons of mass destruction, it seems like.
Well, yeah, so they found them real quick.
Yeah,
well,
they found these WMDs.
So Liz, you were telling me earlier that Epstein's lawyers thought they would see him again pretty soon, right?
So that just came out in, was it the Daily Mail?
I believe that was the New York Post.
Oh, the New York Post, that's right. That was just tonight.
Yes.
See, we're coming to you, breaking news, always.
Uh-huh. Did you see that she sucked George Clooney's dick? We'll talk about that in the Ghislaine news.
Can you say it just like that?
Ghislaine news?
Yeah, so this was from the New York Post today. Jeffrey Epstein was confident he could fight the child sex trafficking charges against him and was in, quote, great spirits just hours before his jailhouse death on Saturday morning, even telling one of his lawyers, I'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, so usually when I tell people I'm going to see them Sunday, I don't immediately pitch myself off of a top bunk with a noose tied around my neck.
Because it's the Lord's Day. Maybe he meant in God's house.
Yes. Well,
the big house, the old gray bar up in the sky.
I don't want to sound problematic here, but just knowing Mr. Epstein and the way he hires lawyers, I'm doubting that many of his lawyers were the type of people who go to church on Sundays. Maybe a different day of the week is there, and my day to commune with the Lord.
He thought he was going to win the double jeopardy motion.
Yes. That means that he can't be charged twice for the same crime, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Alex Acosta. I believe that he actually later found himself in great jeopardy when he killed himself, allegedly. Now, his lawyers and in fact his former bodyguard, who is his really entertaining interview in the New York Magazine, who also said that he does not think that Jeffrey Epstein was, let's say, acting alone in this. And that seems to be the general consensus among people I've talked to. Even my coworkers are saying, like, it doesn't, there's something off here. And I spoke to a friend the other day, a veteran journalist, who said that to him this felt like a real JFK moment. Like, where everyone's just like, something not right here.
We need a, Zapruder film that we can examine for decades on end. But it seems like we're not going to get anything.
I'm not... What's MacGruber
What?
have to do with this? The Owen Wilson
Stupid.
comedy vehicle.
Stupid. So when we're kind of parsing through these theories, let's lay it out. So the first one is Jeffrey killed himself.
Yes, R.I.P.
Yes.
I mean, no.
Or whatever.
Well, if he's going to R.I., may as well not be P.
So the second one is... So wait, okay, so the first one is Jeffrey killed himself because he was sad.
Yes.
And he felt bad and he wanted to die.
Yes.
The second one is Jeffrey wanted to kill himself and someone encouraged him to do that. Mm-hmm. Either verbally, physically...
MK Ultra Lily.
Yes. The third one is that someone just...
Came in, slipped in the Mickey of death.
Yes. That he was murdered.
Yeah. Well, it was social murder.
Mm-hmm. But the fourth one is my favorite.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you've been raving about this all day, wild-eyed.
Because, just to break the fourth wall here a little bit, Brace gets really mad at me because I'm very problematically sympathetic to the crazy QAnon people.
I'm black pilled, she's red pilled.
Wait, That's actually probably true. I'm based.
Yeah, braced.
But so the Q people have the best theory, which is that he's not dead,
He's alive.
that he's alive, and that they did a little switcheroo, Freaky Friday.
What?
Yeah, a little Freaky Friday.
Who'd they switch him with?
Friday, super late Friday
Oh
night.
my God, it was Friday.
It's a Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
So that he's not dead, but that he's in what they call witness protection in Germany.
In Deutschland.
Yes.
Ah, the ancestral home of my people.
So I'm going to quote one of the Q people here, but I'm not going to tell you who it is because I'd like to protect the innocent.
Well, nobody knows who Q is, Liz.
The theory presented here lines up with flight tracker data. There he can sing freely and incriminate the cabal. Oh, yeah, because that's like part of this whole thing with Q.
Yes.
Bless their hearts. I mean, my God. But so they think that Epstein, in cahoots with Johnny Deals,
Yes.
is
Who's
gonna
not a child predator in this world.
Yes, no, he is the master puppeteer orchestrating.
He was in deep cover.
Yeah, he's gonna lock her and up.
You're talking about Hillary Clinton, not a child sex slave.
Yes. So, here they have. Okay. I maybe I'll link. We'll post screenshots of this because it's definitely like you have to see it to believe it.
Yes. I mean, I believe it. I'm not even looking at it.
German ham radio operators are reporting that Epstein has been transferred to Ramstein Air Base under heavy sedation.
Ramstein has an air base there?
You didn't know? That's like the biggest U.S. Military facility in Germany.
Yeah, but how?
Not
What?
the
Dude, I thought
band.
they're not a band?
Not-
Yes, they are.
Not they're talking about. That's where it is. That's what it's
That's
called.
where Ramstein is.
Will you do the song?
Du. Du hast. Can you do it? People love to hear your golden
No,
pipes.
I won't
Liz,
do
I'll
it.
give you. I'm giving Liz a $5,000 bill right now, and she is shaking her shining hair.
I am not a monkey. I'm not
You are
gonna.
not monkey?
I'm not gonna perform on
That
command.
literally sounds like something a monkey would say.
Okay, he's under heavy sedation. They report that he was escorted into the base by heavy military contingency. They may be on to something.
Oh.
One of the ham operators said that he has never seen so many military vehicle escorts since living 1 mile from the base.
Only a mile.
It's gonna leak sooner or later, I am sure.
Yeah.
You have to ask yourself, how in the world could he kill himself? That's when it cuts off. Under so many something.
Yeah, you're right. It is more, I'm more able to believe that he was secretly flown on a military flight to the Ramstein.
Well, so then they
and
have...
escorted under heavy guard.
They do have... See, now I'm like totally... Okay, I'm not crazy, you guys.
You're not crazy. You didn't come up with this theory.
So, Instagram handle Death by Boogaloo.
Death by Boogaloo. The Burger Records folks sure have expanded.
Oh, that's funny too. Has a screenshot of a flight leaving from Wrightstown, New Jersey at 5:53 a.m. Saturday, August 10th, and landing at Ramstein Base in Germany at 6:55 local time. See, you can look at it. Do you see it?
Yes. Oh, it says Icon has Ramstein, and it has a little cat on it.
No.
No, I see it. It's true. There's also a bunch of emoji stickers questioning it.
So, and then they go on to say, and this is where it kind of falls apart for me. Well, this is where it falls apart for me.
I'm still together.
Theory is Trump assisted in fake death to keep him out of Clinton's reach.
Okay, yeah, that's makes sense.
So they go on. Okay, this is where it gets really good, you guys. If you weren't already fucking pilled on this shit.
I am so pilled right now.
This
What
is
are you
some
telling me?
hardcore Jeff pill.
Uh-huh.
So they think that... So you know how online people were comparing the images of the Epstein body?
Yes, there was. So for those of you who are not, let's call it researchers, there was quite a bit of to-do amongst the researcher community and amongst the general civilian public, too, thinking that Jeffrey Epstein, there was a picture of his body being wheeled into what I call medical jail, or they commonly call hospital.
How Foucauldian of you.
Yes. So what? Anyways, I think Liz is speaking in tongues. His nose appeared to be more, and I say this in the least anti-Semitic way possible, hooked, and his ears were different. Let's say it. They're not hooked like a Jew, hooked like one of J.K. Rowling's goblins.
You mean the Goblin Bankers?
The Goblin Bankers in the J.K. Rowling documentaries about Israel. And the ears were different, which, to be honest with you, and I'm cringing here, she's going to hit me, I didn't really see the ear thing.
I think that one was like a little harder to believe, but the nose really does look different.
Yeah, so
And the
body,
face in general. But some people were saying that was because like, and maybe some of our listeners who work in the morgue can call in and let us know.
who freelance suck off corpses, like hot ones in the Hollywood cemeteries.
That a body, shortly after death, sort of kind of droops a little.
So Liz, when you make motions on your face to me, they can't see them. Liz was pushing one cheek up and pulling one cheek down. So the body does. I have seen a lot of corpses.
We should remind listeners that we did have a boots on the ground. One of our sources told us that they were at the medical facility where allegedly Jeffrey's body was, and two workers at that facility who refused to go on record or on camera,
Cowards,
said that there were other bodies.
Yes. Now, who these bodies might be?
Well, they were strongly suggesting, allegedly, that there were some doubles happening.
So, who is the Q double that they think it is?
Oh my God.
Because this is where I think it's about to get really believable.
So, this is, I'm just going to quote our friend, Death by Boogaloo. This is what he says. They also claim the photo of the dead man, the one that we said has the different nose from Jeffrey, is Tony Rodham.
Tony Rodham?
Yes.
Wait, Hillary Clinton's brother?
Rodham Clinton's brother.
Oh my God. What's up with him?
So he died.
Oh, okay.
The first week of June.
R.I.P.
This year.
Actually, now glad he's dead.
And they say, the Q people say, this was used as a message to scare the Clintons.
Oh my God.
Don't know him, and much may not be true. Please don't at me.
Okay, well that means you're serious.
I think so. When you say don't at me, that's real.
Yeah, because you're like a woman talking to our producer usually.
Rigor mortis develops first in the face and jaw.
Okay, so
it could be
our totally nude producer, Young Chomsky, who is a licensed EMT, correct?
Yeah.
And who could rescue me from the jaws of death anytime.
Look at these photos. So that's the photo of the body.
I mean, it is pretty astounding.
Oh, wait.
Tony Rodham for being a shiksa, a male shiksa.
So that's Jeffrey.
But all white men look the same to me, so...
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. We're people, POT,
They
people
do
of
look
tribe.
really similar. Just as people.
I mean, I am a facial recognition expert,
Yeah.
and those two guys don't look more similar than average two guys. Anthony Bourdain looks more like him than that guy looks like him.
Anthony Bourdain is Jeffrey Epstein's cousin, dude.
That could be one of the bodies. He's also dead.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
allegedly. Well, I mean, R.I.P. Ironically, probably killed by the Clintons.
Okay, I'm going to quote again from Q person because
you.
it's funny. Dear Patriots, we should start calling our listeners Patriots.
Our listeners despise America.
Oh, not all of our listeners.
That's truth.
Dear Patriots, the dead guy in the photos is not Jeffrey Epstein. He is none other than Hillary's dead brother, Tony Rodham. Why, you ask? It is a direct strike on Hillary Clinton.
That's an indirect strike, I think.
When she sees this, she will figure out that Epstein is not dead. But he isn't in that jail either. So where is he? Moved during the NYC power outage to an... was there a power outage?
There was not a power outage.
Are you
I don't
sure?
think. I mean, was there? I didn't. Every time there is a power outage or a late train or like an inch of water in any building in New York, every fucking person who works at Mediaite or whatever is like, New York is so difficult to live in. You know, most people in the country, in the world, live below sea level and have to develop gills in order to fucking breathe. And New Yorkers think that everything is like any little lightning strike or whatever, or a helicopter hitting a building, or a couple of towers falling down. It's like the biggest
right.
fucking thing in the entire world.
I don't know if there was a power outage, but moved during the power outage to an undisclosed location where he can't be murdered by her. Before he testifies against her and every other sick gazillionaire in this world.
So they're just moving him for like 2 weeks to an airbase in Germany and then moving him back to a courtroom where they'll have to announce that he's alive?
I like how they say in this world, which implies that there's other worlds.
Well, it's the
where
Q
he's not,
expanded universe.
that he's not going to be talking about the sick gazillionaires in the other world, but just this world.
The Q, there's like, the Q canon is massive, but there are like spiritualist Q people that I think do believe that they're like other
Like
worlds and shit.
interdimensional
For sure.
situations.
Q gets like, Q is like, there gets to be like dark Esalen stuff. They're like, it's people who literally just like are trying to MK Ultra themselves so bad. Actually, they're doing the opposite of that. Maybe
I
it's
kind of love
hard.
it. I'm really fascinated by it.
It is like watching like a fantasy universe spring up before your eyes. But let's get back a little more to the real one so we don't run out of time. I believe this.
I mean, I think it's quite compelling, at least as far as most interesting theory goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to say that the official Dick Bracey gumshoe opinion is that Jeffrey Epstein was... Fuck, I'm torn. I'm torn between... 50% murdered, 25% was told that something so terrible would happen if he didn't kill himself that he killed himself. And then 25% killed himself, but he himself paid off the guards. There is no way that there wasn't some intense amount of finagling or corruption going on here.
I'm like 50% murdered, 50% body switch, Freaky Friday.
God, I wish my body could be switched.
Who would you switch with?
You.
No.
Yeah. Because
I have such a hot bod.
Yeah, I would touch my boobies.
Ew, Great. So I think, okay, so this is how we'll know. This is my other theory. Full of theories, you guys. I've had a lot of time to think about this.
She has been... women be theorizing. They do be doing that.
So what we need to find out, and this is a call to action to all of our little boots on the ground out there.
Especially our most psycho ones.
You know who you are.
Liz will talk to you if you do that.
We need to find out what the deal is with the funeral.
We do. Yes. Oh my God, do we? Holy shit, do we need to figure out the funeral? What do you think is going to happen?
So this is what I'm wondering. Do they have to do a like body at sea burial like Bin Laden?
So no one goes and worships him?
Yeah.
Well,
like do they have to go like burn the body out off the coast of Little St. James?
So the problem with that is the reason that which if you buy this, then you'll buy anything. If they threw Bin Laden's body out, actually I believe they threw Bin Laden's body off a boat, or they threw a body off a boat. But the reason that they did that was so that people wouldn't worship him.
Like worship the site of his burial.
Worship the site of his burial. The problem with that is that myself and millions of other devoted followers, secular and religious, take submarine trips out there every year to worship.
Neoliberal. Neoliberal.
Yeah, I'm thinking that they'll just do a full-on Times Square good old pyre burning that will be officiated over by Bill Clinton, whose nude, decaying body will stand with a vegan burger made out of like plant matter and baby's toenails, munching it, just blasting like with the force of a water cannon, jism upon all the screens which show the first Gulf War images, overcut with videos of Hillary Clinton flicking the bean.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard. We're gonna cut that out.
That was good. No, I think that they will do a quiet funeral that literally no one will show up to,
So if they,
except for us.
yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Yeah,
like
if any of our fucking psycho, depressive loser fans, so I'm trying the Red Scare.
No,
tactic
I love
here.
them.
She's the good cop. I'm the bad cop. If any of you sicko freaks hear a whisper about this funeral, message us immediately.
yeah,
I will literally be on the next plane there.
we might have to do a live show.
Absolutely. No, I'll do Project Veritas thing where I pretend to be a pallbearer. I already did it on DSA in Washington, D.C. Oh, shit. Fuck.
No, but it's really so. I'm like really waiting to see what the news is with this funeral, and
think-
also who's gonna show up.
Well, guess who just showed up once again, or walked back into our lives like nothing had happened. Just breezing on through the door and not even stopping to say hello and give me a peck while I read the newspaper.
You talking about Ghislaine?
Ghislaine Maxwell is back.
She's back, baby.
Yes.
So says the Daily Mail.
Yes, which has literally always legally in Britain have to print the truth.
So she's back. It's right here. Ghislaine Maxwell's respectable new life. Jeffrey Epstein's longtime consort and the alleged procurer of his underage victims has been living with 43-year-old tech CEO.
She's been living with 43-year-olds?
I mean, that's like a real... She just kind of flip-flopped there because she really liked underage girls before.
Yeah.
Sounds like a beard, if you ask me.
Scott Borgerson, too. That's a fake name.
At oceanfront mansion outside of Boston.
Yeah, but let's be clear. It's the Atlantic Ocean, which is the shittiest ocean in the world.
I mean, of all places to show up, Massachusetts.
Well, think about
was not
this.
on my list.
Those people, the people who like came to Massachusetts from England, never left and are like an incestual, like Hills Have Eyes type people. So I'm not surprised. Like, you know, there is no Boston accent. That's just the years of vocal decay through inbreeding. Yeah, she is living in Boston, outside Boston.
I like this quote from a source familiar with Maxwell's new life, which says, "She's become a real homebody."
Yeah.
It's like
She's like,
she's tired of going out.
I'm sorry.
She's getting old. She can't really hang and party
I don't know.
anymore.
I feel like people are so much younger than me now, and like it's like, ugh.
I kind of just like, you know what? I really love just like staying in and watching Netflix.
Yeah. Have you? Oh my god, I love Ballers. Sorry, that's the last show I've watched.
Did you watch Ballers?
Yeah, it was a.
Well, you know, Succession just premiered on Sunday, and I bet our girl Ghislaine was getting caught up because that is a fun romp through the high-wheeling world of New York finance.
Oh, really?
It's not a great show, you guys.
She was by Manchester by the Sea, which I thought was just like a place like Middle Earth or something. I guess it's a real thing.
I didn't see that movie.
I also did not.
Okay.
Do you know who was in that?
He got me too'd.
Casey Affleck?
Yeah.
You want this is a little digression, but I must. Casey Affleck tried to purchase my life rights.
What?
Yes, as in I didn't look into what that meant because I just immediately said no. But this is post Me Too. Casey Affleck tried to purchase the rights to my life. My theory on this, because truthfully, there's not much there. My life has been fairly anodyne and boring. I think what he was trying to do is exchange souls with me because his soul is tainted with sexual violence.
That's like a forever Freaky Friday.
Exactly. So what he was trying to do is if I signed this devil's contract with him, I would now take possession of his rape and he would have a clean slate. Mine.
So because he's a Hollywood sicko, do you think in his like sicko devil wisdom
Yeah.
that he knew in the future you would be starting an anti-pedophile podcast?
Oh my God.
And so he tried to Forever Freaky Friday you in order to stop the podcast in the future.
I know exactly what happened.
From exposing the sickos.
He went to one of those Silver fucking Lake tarot witch hipster ladies and was like, Alyssa, can you read my fortune? And she was like, yes, here are some cards and some mumbo jumbo I read.
Oh, that stuff is real if you go to the right person.
That stuff is not real, and the right people all seem to be people I slept with like for 2 days
You don't know
in
what you're talking
2007.
about. I don't want to talk about this with you.
Look at this. So the last episode, I was the one who believed in magic, and you were like the hater. And
no,
now
I'm sorry.
I get to be the hater.
Magician's tricks is very different from the ancient art of astrology.
I don't like dark magic, Liz.
Well, maybe you should. Okay, so a couple things about Ghislaine showing up. First of all, we did not think this would be in Boston.
No, or at all. We were just talking about how this would never happen.
Yeah.
Which, actually, we should cut that because we are always right in our predictions.
And I don't really know what to do with this.
Her boyfriend looks like shit.
I
want to be clear about that.
To be clear, they don't have photos of her.
No, they
They
just
have a source that says that she's in, like, compounded up.
Yeah.
But the boyfriend was
He
seen
denies it.
walking her dog.
Yeah, and the boyfriend, this guy he's described here as tech CEO Scott Borgeson. So from what I gather, he has a company that spies on maritime routes.
Right.
He,
What's the name of the company again? I can't remember.
Looks to be a weird circle symbol plus Pizza International. Let's look.
Cargo Metrics.
So
Maritime Analytics.
So Cargometrics Maritime Analytics. He's also, when I looked him up, one of the first hits was him calling for the repeal of the Jones Act, which mandates that all American flagged vessels, sorry, I have to talk about this as a maritime issue, have to be crewed by American crews, which are all union and get paid really well. I have some friends in the SUP, or rather a friend in the SUP, and it is apparently a great job. I actually myself have a merchant mariner's credit. I can see Liz giving me a look here. Anyways, the Jones Act should not be repealed, and the fact that this guy calling for it, being a rich white guy and not like a Puerto Rican guy, seems to be like a Cato Institute thing.
No, I'm giving you a look because I just found something out.
Then how come you looking at it with those beautiful doe eyes?
Grace.
I'm sorry, she's wearing sunglasses.
Scott Borgenson is on the Council of Foreign Relations.
The Council on Foreign Relations?
Yes.
It seems like maybe
He directs the CFR's Roundtable series
Jesus
on
Christ.
strategic ocean governance.
What the
As a
fuck?
part of a program
No.
on international institutions and global governance funded by the Robina Foundation.
What the fuck is going on here? So, as we can recall, Mr. Jeffrey Epstein was himself on the Council on Foreign Relations. With the criteria to appear on the council appears to be either a connection with Ghislaine Maxwell or to be a prolific serial rapist. I think my prescription for that is that everybody who has so much as thought the words Council on Foreign Relations in a positive light should probably be locked in what they call an oubliette.
I mean, we need some new... it's like all these same people and same organizations keep showing up.
We need some new sickos.
A new generation.
Yeah.
All right, so that's where Ghislaine is, allegedly.
Yeah, you did note there was no pictures of her.
Yeah,
And we're talking about the Daily Fail.
I wonder if we have any listeners out there. I bet the Crazy Q people are already out there.
So-
They're always one step ahead of us.
I did have a reader write in today where he told me, oh my God, I recognize that house. I used to mow the lawn there. I did not encourage him to perhaps make a return visit, but I shall get on the horn to him immediately.
Yeah, if you guys, we check our account, TrueAnon account DMs.
I don't usually respond, though.
Yeah, we look at them, and feel free to send us tips. We do really like them.
Uh-huh.
Neoliberal. Private healthcare.
Free market.
Neoliberal. Neoliberal. Private healthcare.
So I think that's a good overview of all this news that's coming in. It just keeps... Oh, wait. We didn't talk about my favorite thing.
What?
We need to talk about this portrait of Bill.
So it has emerged.
I cannot believe that no one knew about this piece of glorious artwork before today.
So there is hanging in the home of Jeffrey Epstein a picture of Bill Clinton.
A painting.
A painting of Bill Clinton wearing the infamous dress.
Navy dress.
The navy dress with, though it is not shown, I don't think, in the painting.
It's the red pumps.
Yes, and the jism stain.
It's not in the painting.
It's not in the painting, but it's implied by the dress being there, right?
Okay, so Bill Clinton is sprawled out in quite a fashion. He's really, so his body is like draped over, but he's looking straight at you.
Yep.
Wearing Monica's dress and Monica's red pumps. Mm-hmm. And this is a painting that is in Jeffrey's house. This is like, there's so many questions.
So imagine like your boy might have had some sexual problems in the past. And then you got a picture painted of it, of him wearing the dress where he jizzed on. And
that everyone knew about on national television.
And by the way, Monica, if you ever want to come on the show, immediately call
Love to
me.
have you. Love you. Big fan.
Unironically big fan.
Yeah. No irony.
We don't do that. But your boy, you get this thing painted up. What happens the next time he comes over?
Well, is it like a big... I mean, it's obviously a big joke.
Yeah, I mean, these people... That's the thing about all these people, is that we may treat some of this subject flippantly because we are horrified, like, beyond imagination, but these people revel in sort of the sick humor of it.
Well, so a couple questions that we need to ponder.
Uh-huh.
Did Jeffrey have this commissioned?
No, it appears that it was... In fact, I actually got this tip from our Red Scare correspondent, Dasha, as well. It appears to be from a Brooklyn Art Studios and Yasher Gallery showing called In Conversation, Carly Bodnar and P. Ryan Clade. It's a joint exhibition, or as we like to call in the business, a group show. I think this was Carly Bodnar who painted this. If not, it was P. Ryan Clade.
What does it say? What year it was?
2013.
Oh my gosh, so recent.
Relatively recently. 6
But I mean,
years
that
ago.
was after he was convicted.
Yeah, so it could be that Clinton declined to visit the house after that. Probably the case.
What about Crooked Hillary? Do you think she saw it?
Well, I'm sure she came through the underground thing and came out.
What if that painting is like kind of like, it's like putting up garlic for the Clintons?
Oh, like they won't come by?
Yeah, it's like they physically can't enter the room because that painting is there.
Well, Hillary is like a psychosexual, like sadist magician. So the whole like humiliation of Monica Lewinsky on television and by the press, that was an elaborate dark sex magic ritual by Hillary Clinton herself.
I think it is. This painting is so crazy. It makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like, oh man, I love waking up in the morning. I'm going to go make some coffee. And like, that's what you fucking look at every like Monday at 7:30 in the morning.
Fellas, I am, this is for the fellas only. I am warning you about girls with MFAs in art right now. If you or anyone you know is attached to a woman in school for art, be aware. Okay.
What drives a man to buy a painting like this?
I mean, I would buy this painting in a heartbeat, but I guarantee it was like $100,000 or something.
Oh my God, Brace, you don't know what art costs. It was way more than $100,000.
Really?
Yes.
For this?
Brace.
It's like a joke postcard.
No.
This is like a Mad Magazine cover. What would you pay for? What do you think this cost?
When was the last time you were in a museum?
They don't sell the art in museums, dumbass.
I just mean, what do you think is a Mad cover?
A Mad Magazine cover?
Yeah.
A funny painting of a celebrity.
Cool. When was the last time you were in a museum?
Recently, in Chicago. In fact, a month, probably more recently than you fucking snooty bitch. Like a month ago in Chicago, I went to the Field Museum solo, rocked around for about a whole day. Saw some dino bones. Didn't see any fucking Mad Magazine covers, though.
Brace, it costs way more than $100,000.
It costs like...
You can call me a stupid bitch, but I know money. It was more than
Wait,
that.
I can do that? Because I'll settle for being wrong if I can do that.
Ugh. It makes me very uncomfortable.
It makes me insanely comfortable, but that's, I guess... I guess that's alpha brain and beta brain right there. Not telling you which one's which though.
That's yin and yang.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the yin and yang of the Brace and Liz relationship. Sorry, I'm queening.
I mean, ugh.
So, breaking news.
Breaking.
Out of-
Something else is broken, it seems. Not just the news.
Yes. Jeffrey Epstein's, I'm going to need a little help with this, his hyoid bone.
Okay.
It's a bone that is in men's necks. Excuse me, it's in actually everybody's necks. Near the Adam's apple, which I actually don't have. I'm missing an apple.
Wait, really?
Yeah. It's in the back. It's on the back of my neck.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fake, right?
No, that's real. So it is.
Brace, let me handle this.
Okay.
An autopsy report was leaked. To the failing New York Times, but also the not failing New York Post.
The successful New York Post.
Yes. And it says Jeffrey Epstein's autopsy determined the convicted pedophile suffered multiple broken neck bones.
Oh my lord.
According to a report. One of Epstein's breaks was to the hyoid bone, an injury that experts told the Washington Post is more common in homicide victims.
Yeah, actually, of course, they even bring up in this article that Freddie Gray, the people that gave him that rough ride in Baltimore,
Right.
It was found they were basically found out because of that bone being broken. In my head here, there is a large man. Actually, I'm just going to say a large arm wrapped around Mr. Epstein's neck face. Epstein's voluptuous neck just squeezing.
Are you talking about one by Mr.
No. In my headspace, I'm calling it my head dream. Mr. Tartaglione is in a neighboring cell listening to this.
Oh.
And shrieking.
Oh, that's where the shrieking was coming from.
Yeah, Mr. Tartaglione's high-pitched Italian scream at seeing his friend Jeffrey Epstein, or hearing his friend Jeffrey Epstein, being slowly strangled to death.
Would that arm, perhaps, that strong arm, would that have been from perhaps a muscular lady arm?
All right, so I see where you're going with this.
I'm feeling a little, we saw, he died.
Michelle Obama.
No!
Oh, sorry, you said muscular lady arm.
I'm talking about Crooked Hillary.
You think Hill did it?
I don't know. Maybe she's had so much time. Maybe she's lifting.
Yeah, she could be. Depressed people often do that. Also, losers.
No.
Sorry, our producer is giving me some bad looks over here. But yeah, it's looking like that is a pretty explosive thing to come out.
So this is really crazy, and Brace and I are not being as insane about it because we're totally brain dead right now. But this is totally crazy. This throws a real wrench in everyone's concern trolling, and I've already seen a couple mea culpas from a couple people.
And you know what mea culpa means? Mea culpable.
Oh, no, that's so stupid. Anyway, so it was a real wrench in the whole, guys, actually, he just killed himself and you're all being crazy, which I really hate.
Yeah.
So, fuck off, losers. You're wrong. Case closed.
Yeah.
But actually,
you're fake
case
news.
Open. Case still open.
Yeah, in fact,
not
case
closed.
even wider open. I would just like to see some paper-thin bed sheets breaking a bunch of bones in someone's
Oh my
fucking
God, I
necks.
forgot about that.
Yeah, I also didn't even know that necks had bones, but that's
You don't know anything.
I think there's a lot less bones than there are because I'd never heard of any of these. Yeah, the paper-thin bed sheet breaking the fucking bones.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call fake news on that one. That's 4 Pinocchios to the old fake news media. We're gonna need Glenn Kessler on the case, fact checking this.
I would actually like to see him hanged as well. Yeah, it is pretty outstanding, and we're hoping that there will be a big follow up because, of course, there was some concern notably from ourselves, about the choice of the what do you call autopsy guy? What do you call him?
Medical examiner.
Medical examiner was the same guy who was involved in the JFK autopsy, which you'd think that like they wheeled these motherfuckers out again. Like how he's 85 years old, and he was.
I just want to like. Just because, like, for funsies, let's go, like, super galaxy on this.
Absolutely.
So, and for those of you not, like, with terminal internet brain, that means galaxy brain.
Means you have a really big brain.
Yeah, meaning we're going to go, like, super cosmic thinking.
Yes.
So, what if all of this, what if Jeff did kill himself?
Yeah.
And all this noise is all just crazy psyop, including our freaking podcast,
I wouldn't be surprised.
to make us all feel crazy.
Are we? Wait, who's doing the making?
I
us
don't
feel
know, Brace. I'm losing my mind.
Crazy? So I'm gonna sound like everyone's girlfriend when I say we are being gaslit, and you have to stop, or I'm going to break up with you. I'm talking to the United States government there. It is, so my kind of galaxy brain take on this is, well, A, he just banged his head like up and down for like hours until he broke his neck. B, there are some pretty gruesome and graphic ways you could break some bones in your neck, but I feel like the medical examiner would, such as running into certain things in certain angles, etc. Epstein is not the kind of man who was prepared to do this. I understand he was about to go down for the crime of the millennium, but it seems a little. I mean, it's. I don't know what Occam's razor means because people just usually say it means whatever I think is the truth. But what I'm saying here is this was Occam's arm. Somebody was in there, some beefy motherfucker, some Tartaglione, clone.
Okay, look. That man's arm is so fucking big.
It's so big. Please, if you didn't see it the first time, Google a picture of Nick Tartaglione.
Like, I feel like he could just flex and it would have crushed little
It's like
Jeff.
an elephant leg.
Which, by the way, in one of the many group DMs I'm in about this, we were on a prolonged discussion of whether or not Jeffrey, what his sizing is. Like, how tall was he?
He looks massive, right?
Jeffrey Epstein?
But the thing is, I've only seen like pictures
he
of him.
doesn't?
Yes, he does. I only see pictures of him next to like Bill Clinton.
That's because you think every man is massive compared to you.
I'm 5'4", Liz. No, I'm just kidding. Even though I have, I have some height problems. I'm 5'10". Yeah, I'm 5'10".
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I wear flats. That's why you
So
can't
do I.
tell.
That's why I'm always looking up.
Yeah.
No, I think he's like 5'10". He's like your height.
You think he's my height? He looks huge because he's always next to
I
like
think
Woody Allen.
He's like 200 pounds.
And he's also like next to like New York cocaine it girls. So he looks
that's totally
big
true.
next to them.
I think he was kind of fit.
Yeah, he's totally fit. And you can see like pictures of him walking around New York in his like normcore outfit, and like he's got big arms.
He
Style god.
might need a
Style
little bit
god.
of GQ posting on this.
Well, I'm pretty sure GQ has probably already posted on him, but
the
like
Grilled
fawning
Boys
articles about him in like
talking
2003.
about his fits.
Yeah, he needs to go on like one of those Vice TV shows where like, well, I guess he's dead.
Jeff Epstein and Jonah Hill, the new fashion icon. Well, we're really off track. So his neck was broken.
It is, and again,
I think all the people screaming that so I don't know right from left. I don't know up from down. I don't know which way I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm lost. But I will say this that I know, and this gives me great pleasure, is that all you motherfuckers who are giving us smarties over here, us brainiacs, shit over the past couple days for entertaining what you're calling quote unquote conspiracy theories. Mm-hmm. Oh, he wasn't murdered. Oh, it's just a suicide. Oh, people get sad. Oh, mental health crisis. This is a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, blah, blah,
prison
blah, blah,
guards
blah.
are really understaffed and don't care.
You know what? Fuck all you people.
Yeah, fuck a ding dong.
Feeling vindicated. And subscribe, RT. Listen to the podcast.
Neoliberal economic philosophy involves a kind of understanding that the notion of the public good is kind of undermined by basic market logic. Market logic turns us all into entrepreneurs. To entrepreneurs, where competition and rivalry define.
Well, another week, another ton of news, a lot of sick shit to go over. I feel a little gross after talking about all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I have been, this is not a TrueAnon thing. This is just like part of my little religion thing. I've been doing these necromancy practices to bring Jeffrey Epstein back from the dead to bring him to justice. But that's for another episode.
That would be a really good Nick Cage movie, wizarding,
Yes.
vigilante wizard to bring dead
Epstein.
or just dead criminals back
Yes.
to bring them to justice.
That probably
That's
is
a
a
good
movie.
character. But it has to be Nick Cage.
We could sell that.
Get him on the horn.
Yeah, Nick, get on here. We will.
We got more coming this week. So, and also we got to thank you guys. This is just, we are really, or I can at least speak for myself because Brace is kind of a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
But I am just feeling very humbled and lucky at the incredible response we've been getting from everyone.
Yes.
And I can't thank you guys enough for listening and subscribing.
I think there is a real need to be because people know that there literally are really rich pedophiles that get away with everything. And I think people actually do feel insane about that. But the
Yeah.
only alternative before this was QAnon.
Yeah.
Which, I was a part of, you were a part of, that's how we met.
No, but beyond that kind of stuff, I just want to thank everyone for listening. And I am really excited to have you guys along for the ride.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck another weepy woman.
But we'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just still mad at Liz for making some cracks about Jewel earlier. I am Dick Bracey reporting in. That is our producer, Young Chomsky, on the ones and twos.
And I'm Liz. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein.